Meine sehr verehrten Damen und Herren,
Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Flick, I'm not on the agenda, but there is something we'd like to celebrate. 15 years Convoco. 15 years. This is an unusual event in terms of time. It's at the end of July when it's about time to break for vacation and our spirits can open up, but we're still focused and still able to think. It's a wonderful location here in Salzburg. And we also have all of the music. The musical festivities will begin soon, and also in the university. And every year for 15 years, that's where Convoco has taken place in an unusual format. We begin with a small circle with 2 half days of intense discussions, and then we picked up more speed and momentum with regard to the 2 half days are concerned. Now we have quite a large circle here today in the forum. Today, at the beginning, it was only a small number of people with legal experts and economists. Then we had sociologists, demographs, and also sociologists, physicians, historians, and entrepreneurs. That's very important. People from industry, also politicians and diplomats. Now, what characterizes Convoco? To me, this is a unique link between being serious and taking things more lightly. Serious because we deal with major problems, demographic change or debt or digitalization or today the future of Europe, but also in a very protected arena where we can learn from one another, talk to one another, and see the limits and go beyond the limits of our own discipline. And maybe we can try to speculate together. And again, this is a very good mood that results here. Friendships have developed over many years and have become closer and closer. And we have new points of view, new ideas presented here at the forum, and then have been developed and left to the future generations. Now, behind such an unusual format, we also have to have an unusual individual. And we have this individual. You can see this from the title of this forum, Convoco. I'm calling you all together. I don't know any other conference which uses the first person singular. Well, it's somebody who has a bit more fear would have maybe called it the Forum in Salzburg for Economics and Politics and would have talked about different institutions, etc., and cliches. No, it's different. Convoco. Someone is taking a risk and assuming responsibility for its success. Somebody is counting on practical activities. Ms. Fink, you are that unusual individual. You are the one who began Convoco. You developed it from the Chiemsee discussions and turned it into Convoco here in Salzburg. You are calling us together, and the people come. You get the people, the speakers, you get those for the discussions, for the panels, and those in the audience. And even in the second year, it was so large, so many wanted to come, that we had to form 2 different tables. And today we also had to say that not everyone could come. There was no room left. But we know they come because they're curious. They come a second time because they feel tied to Convoco. But to come 15 times, and a lot of you have been here now 15 times, and that's due in particular to this forum. The combination of being serious and taking things on a more lighter note, the familiarity, and the friendships that have developed over the years. Now, how do you have to be prepared for such a task? Well, you've completed 2 courses of study, law and literature, and then with law you sort of have an access to institutional questions that we've dealt with here. Constitutional questions, economics, treaties of Rome, and if you take all of the literature in addition, and this is something that has accompanied you through your life, then of course you have the spark of culture, which wouldn't be possible for the topics we discuss, for our discussions. But the strongest source is what you got from your family, entrepreneurship. Convoco, that is a company. This must have recognized a niche in the market. They had to bring things forward and not give in to fatigue. There has to be a locomotive to pull the train, not just for 2 days, but for the whole year. A whole year of preparation for 2 days where nobody should ever have any idea how much work has been involved. Now, this is multitasking in the true sense of the term, and I think we can all imagine all sorts of roles for Corinne Flick. She's an elegant hostess. She's a dedicated discusser. She's a very efficient organizer. And I always keep one thing in mind. At the beginning of our Friday meetings, when she gets everybody together at the table and she puts on her black-rimmed glasses, opens up her notebook, has her pencil in hand, and then she also has an irresistible mixture of anticipation and excitement, gets things going for the beginning of our discussions. There is a group here which has decided to give this a more permanent expression. This is the old core, so to speak. And of course, this also has become a circle of friends. So to you with Ms. Corinne Flick, Ms. Mellinghoff, Mr. Legal, because I'd like to ask you, those are the two who came up with this idea. We're talking here about a silver palette, the Convoco palette, which is signed by the core of those who we've been working together with for many years now. These are the two initiators, and they'd like to hand this tray over to you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You know, I'm really moved. That was quite a speech you just gave. Well, thank you ever so much. Have a look at this plaque. Thank you very, very much. This is beautiful. Can you help me read it out? Can you tell me who signed it? Roland Berger, Alexander Liedl, Rudolf Meddinghoff, Wolfgang Schön, Clemens Fuß, Christoph Paulus, Jörg Grochol, Stefan Corio. And who's missing? I can't read one of the signatures. Oh, that's Mr. Huber. Thank you very much. And I must say, I enjoy the Convoco form. Mr. Schön, thank you very much. Mr. Mellinghoff, thank you. Alexander, thank you very much. And I'd like to say thank you to all of you. And please help me to continue to grow Convoco for many more years. I'm very, very thrilled. Thank you very much.